Hey, what's up everyone? Heavyweight Bit here. Just want to show you what's cooking in the heavyweight bit arena. Basically my latest project. Just want to show you how I was able to sync up LSDJ running on the Game Boy with an NSF running on the Nintendo using nothing more than the original hardware and 2 alligator clips, and also the program Family Slayer, which can be found on my website heavyweightbit.com. Alright. So the first thing I did was on LSDJ, I set the sync mode to nano and I set the tempo to the lowest possible setting, which for me was 40, and I hooked up one of these generic Game Boy link cables. On the other end of the cable, I cut off the other end and there were 5 wires inside. The colors are blue, black, white, orange, and green. But to help me figure out which 2 wires I needed for the project, I hooked up an LED to 2 alligator clips and I just kept experimenting with all the wires until I found the 2 that would make the LED start blinking once I press start on the Game Boy. And if you adjust the tempo, if you raise the tempo, it blinks faster. I'm not sure if the camera can pick that up though, and if you slow it down again. And basically you have identified the 2 cables or the 2 wires coming out of the Game Link cable that you need. In my case here it was black and blue. Alright, once you've identified the 2 wires that you need, next step is I took apart an old Nintendo controller. Ignore this green cable, green wire, that's not being used, it's from an old project. And basically hooked up the black alligator clip to the brown cable, and then the red alligator clip to the pin on the chip corresponding to the trigger button, and then plugged it into controller 2. Alright, once you have everything hooked up, you load up Family Slayer on the Nintendo with your NSF file. Alright, so now to start the song, press A. So right now it's stuck on that note because we didn't start the Game Boy yet. So once I press start on the Game Boy, it'll start the NSF. So I got the Nintendo coming out of this speaker. B button will stop the NSF from playing. A will start it again. If you press A again, that's like a pause, and then you can start up again. So now the tempo is being controlled by the tempo in LSDJ. So if I raise or lower the tempo on LSDJ, it'll raise or lower the tempo on the Nintendo. I'll raise it first. You can hear it's now going faster, and now I'll lower it. Now you can hear it's going slower. Alright. So now that we showed that you can use the Game Boy to control the tempo of the Nintendo, we'll just reset this and I'll show you how they sync up. Now, just get the Nintendo loaded, press start. Now this speaker here, as I said before, is the Nintendo. This speaker here is LSDJ running on the Game Boy. So what I'm going to do now is put them both up, and you can hear that the drums sync up. Like you can hear the snare. Lower the tempo. You can hear that it's still in sync. Again, this is just the Game Boy. This is just the Nintendo. This is the both of them. it's in sync. Now raise it up. There you have it. LSDJ synced up with an NSF on the Nintendo.